I give 170% in everything I'm doing, no but there. I'm giving it my all. Something like the Dylan Project, these aren't watered down experiences. I'm going Daniel Day-Lewis on all of them. I'm not saying in process, but I'm saying in level of commitment. And I don't know, man, it sounds like I'm desperate.
For years, Timothée Chalamet felt untouchable. Not in the traditional Hollywood sense. No tabloid chaos, no public meltdowns, but in something subtler. He was positioned as the rare modern star who could move between art house credibility and blockbuster dominance without losing his mystique. But lately, fans are starting to feel something is off. Not scandalous, not cancel-worthy, just different. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Timothée Chalamet's image is changing, and the shift says more about Hollywood's current gamble than it does about him. When Timothée first broke out, his appeal wasn't just talent. It was contrast. He looked fragile, but carried authority. He felt emotionally open, but personally unreachable. Interviews were charming, but evasive. He gave audiences just enough to project onto, and then stepped back. That distance mattered. It made his relationships feel private, even when they weren't secret. Early romances, like Lily Rose Depp, were treated almost like indie films themselves. Low-key appearances, muted paparazzi moments, shared aesthetic rather than shared spectacle. Fans romanticized the restraint. It fit the image. Serious actor, old soul sensitivity, future legend in the making. But then something shifted. As Timothée moved deeper into blockbuster territory, Dune, Wonka, franchise conversations, his personal life stopped feeling incidental. It started to feel strategic. And that's where the discomfort began. When he became publicly linked to Kylie Jenner, the internet didn't just react, it split. Not because of Kylie herself, but because of what the pairing represented. Two different celebrity ecosystems colliding. Prestige meets pop industrial fame. Carefully curated ambiguity meets constant visibility. For the first time, Timothée's private life felt loud. Paparazzi shots lingered longer. Public sightings were discussed differently. Fans didn't just comment on the relationship. They questioned what it meant for his trajectory. Was this personal, or was this positioning? And more importantly, was Timothée still in control of his own narrative? Hollywood loves a bet. And right now, Timothée Chalamet is one of the industry's biggest. Studios are betting that he can anchor massive projects without losing credibility. Brands are betting that he can sell luxury without feeling corporate. And audiences are being asked to bet that his evolution won't dilute what made him compelling in the first place. But bets come with risk. Because the more visible an actor becomes outside the screen, the harder it is to separate performance from persona. And fans are very good at sensing when something no longer feels organic. This is where Zendaya enters the conversation, not as a comparison in talent, but in strategy. Zendaya has navigated fame with surgical precision. Her relationships, most notably with Tom Holland, exist publicly, but under strict control. Few interviews, minimal commentary, almost no emotional oversharing. She lets projects speak, then retreats. Even as she becomes more powerful, her presence feels contained. Timothée, on the other hand, feels exposed in a new way. Not reckless, but porous. And that's what unsettles people. It's not that fans dislike his relationships, it's that they don't understand the shift in tone. One moment, he's the elusive auteur's muse. The next, he's a constant subject of lifestyle speculation. Hollywood doesn't punish actors for ambition, but it does punish confusion. And some fans worry that Timothée is being pulled into a version of stardom that doesn't suit him. There's also the question of timing. This image shift is happening at a critical moment in his career. He's transitioning from breakout phenomenon to long-term leading man. This is when actors either solidify their myth or lose it. In previous generations, stars protected this phase fiercely. They limited access. They disappeared between projects. They let absence build gravity. Today's ecosystem doesn't encourage that. Visibility is currency. Relationships become content. Silence is treated as a missed opportunity. And Timothée seems caught between old Hollywood instincts and new Hollywood expectations. Some fans feel that tension in his interviews now. They describe him as more guarded, but also more performative. More present, but less mysterious. Still charismatic, but not as effortless. Again, nothing is wrong, nothing is broken, but something is different. And in celebrity culture, difference without explanation breeds discomfort. Zendaya's restraint highlights this contrast even more. She proves that control is still possible. That fame doesn't require saturation. That relationships don't need to dominate the narrative. Which raises an uncomfortable question for Timothée's audience. Is this shift his choice, or the cost of playing a bigger game? Hollywood's bet is that Timothée can evolve without losing trust. That fans will follow him into a more mainstream, more visible phase of stardom. That his talent will override any noise. But fans aren't evaluating his performances alone anymore. They're evaluating alignment. Does the public image match the work? Does the lifestyle match the myth? Does the evolution feel earned or engineered? These are quiet questions, but they matter. And history shows that stars who ignore them often feel the consequences later, not through scandal, but through fading fascination. Timothée Chalamet hasn't fallen, he hasn't failed, he hasn't lost credibility. But he is standing at a crossroads. One path leads to controlled longevity. The other leads to omnipresence and eventual fatigue. The irony is that Zendaya, often linked to him professionally, may be demonstrating the exact counter-strategy he needs. Less access, more silence, stronger boundaries. Because in Hollywood, being everywhere is easy. Remaining compelling is not. And whether Timothée realizes it or not, this phase, his relationships, his visibility, his image, is the bet that will define the next decade of his career. Not his talent, not his roles, but how much of himself he chooses to give away.